Okay, 6 o'clock, let's call the meeting to order and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you, Lord. Welcome to a meeting of the Stamford Selectboard. If you have a matter to discuss that is not included on the agenda, you may do so by addressing the chairperson and stating your name and address. You will notice that all our meetings are recorded, and this is to aid with the summarization of the meeting. Visitors are welcome, and we allow 5 minutes of comments per visitor and 15 minutes per topic. Discussions will be held in a calm and civilized manner and respectful of others. Select board members present are
Mike Denal,
Nancy Brashika.
John Dunn.
Jim Graham, Kurt Kamari.
Will there be any adding of items or removing items from tonight's agenda? Let's see. Will there be any adjustments to the agenda, such as changing the order of items? And
I think we'll have to skip over Rodney Holland, maybe he'll make it to the next one.
okay. And Jed is recording tonight's meeting for his YouTube video. Hearing of other visitors.
Nate Pedro,
Nate?
347 Mill Road. So today, I purchased the property behind the Alvin residence, and there's some discrepancies on boundaries there in right-of-ways. If you look at the property, if you're looking at Alvin's house, the road that goes up her driveway turns into the right-of-way for the land that's in the back that's locked. So, but the road, if you just keep driving on the road forever and ever, comes out in Joe Dean's backyard on the Sure Road. Right? So, okay, so now there's a right-of-way that went to that gravel bed once upon a time, right? And so I have all the mapping and all the boundaries and all the stuff. So in 1986, Paul, for sure, drew a map that had this property, which is down here that I'm talking about, and it says, on the butter, it says Paul LaSure. Now, that, in fact, this is the state map. And on the state map, it shows Lance Tatro owns all of this. LaSure's property is way up here, 1,000 feet away. So, for him to have a right-of-way to something he doesn't own is kind of foolish, right? And so, I think what happened is once upon a time, nobody knew where the actual boundaries were correctly. So when you guys hired the state to do this, they put in their correct boundaries to their knowledge. So that being said, there's certainly no LaSure property around there. Does the property I just bought, was that from the LaSure family? Yep, it is. It's one of the granddaughters or something from the original Paul LaSure. Now Dave thinks that he's going to be able to drive his truck from his land, which is 1,000 feet from my property and about 900 feet from a gravel bed that he doesn't own, that he thinks he owns. And apparently they've been using it for years and years. And right now his tractor's on that property, and there's trees cut down. Do I care about that? Nope, I don't care because it's not my property. But I do care about the fact that he thinks his driveway is my yard. And that's not going to happen. So what I'm saying is his property's all the way up on the top of Henry Hill, okay? He has a road that goes to his property. But then when he leaves there, he decides he's going to come all the way down here, and this is Scott's property, this is Bosberg's property, this is Lance's property, then he gets to my property. So not only is he using a right-of-way that's fictitious, that doesn't belong to him anymore, he also drives through everybody's property to get there. So he also has a chain that on the abutment of Lance's and my property. I'm pretty sure you can't put chains on somebody else's property. So my problem is, there's no problem. It's not up to me. And I talked to my lawyer, Tom Rumble, about it today. He said, Nate, it's up to him to prove to you that he has the ability to use this. Well, this map that was built in 1986, that was drawn by his grandfather or his father or whoever, doesn't give him the ability to use that right away. Okay? Just because they wrote it on a drawn paper. When you go to the deeds, it says that the grantor has the ability to use the right of way to the gravel. Well, if the grantor never owned the gravel pit, how does he get to do it? I mean, because unless once, and I don't know the whole story yet, but I just want to keep everybody abreast of what's going on here, because I do have the road blocked, and nobody's going to go up and down until we get it figured out. Period. So when the road, when this was built, probably the whole mountain was Lashur's. I don't know that. Maybe in the early 1900s they owned a whole ton of stuff. But according to the drawings and the deeds, in like 58, some of the stuff was owned by Foley. Then it was owned by the Lashur's. So where Lance's property, that was the McNulty's, and they also, and that's always been the acreage has always been the same size, same as the 45.33 acres that Lashur owns. But I think Lashur's thought their property was down the bank more. And it can't be, because it's in Vosburgh's property and Scott's property. Can't have two places at once. So either, once upon a time, they owned the whole mountain and they owned the gravel bed. Because I've been told by the family, we've sold gravel out of there in the 80s, like you read about.
It's one of the oldest names in town.
What's that?
It's one of the oldest names in town, for sure.
Yeah, I get it. 100%.
So they probably did own half.
They probably did, and I don't care if they did. But they don't anymore, right? So, according to the state, if you guys say to me, hey Nate, that state map is garbage, don't go by that, then I won't. But I don't know, you guys paid a lot of money for somebody to correct boundary lines. So,
The state maps are for tax purposes. I had an issue with my neighbor, but a similar issue with my land.
Mhm.
I was told, get a survey. I got a survey. I went from 40 plus acres to 17 acres.
Mhm.
I got my survey, my boundaries, everything were done. My boundaries are pretty close to where they were, but the total acreage I was being taxed on went down to 17 acres.
Right.
So my point is, the number one bona fide legal thing is a survey. No one can beat you with a survey. If your deed doesn't say it right away, you get a survey, and it really is a civil thing where you would.
right. And I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
I don't. But if you have a right of way, and I have the right of way also, so I have the right of way to go to that gravel bed, but there's a fence in the way that he put up, a chain.
Right.
So if I can't go there, how can he come on my property? Because he's a guarantor, and I'm a grantee, or whatever the wording is. That's what I am. So you're not going to tell me I can't go through a piece of property off of my property if you're going to drive in my property whenever you feel like it and use it as your driveway. It's not a driveway. It's not for constant use. It was built there for that gravel, not for him to drive from the top of the mountain down through 2 other pieces of property that I don't own, 3 other pieces of property onto my property and out. That's just doesn't make any sense. Common sense just tells you it's not right. You're already trespassing on 3 other pieces of property. So that being said, I'm going to dig into it deeper. But Tom Rumble, my lawyer, said to me, Nate, make him prove to you that he has the access to go there.
Right?
Yeah, that's
And that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to tell you, he's going to be pissed because he didn't buy the property from his sister that she'd been paying taxes on for 20 years, and he had no want in her needs then. But I know that he's going to be pissed as soon as he hears that I bought that property, and that's tough shit. So the second thing is, he's going to say, well, I still have a right of way there. But you don't. You don't have a right of way there, and if you do, you need to show me that you own the land.
Yeah.
You don't own the land.
This is, like Mike said, this is civil.
100%. No, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to stand back and just let people just
Yeah.
trespass.
It wouldn't be the first time someone's upset in this town.
If
Well, and I'm not upset. Here's what happened. When I was starting to look at that land, I drove up Henry Hill. He's got cameras up there. So he stopped one day and said, you driving my land? I go, who are you? He's like, I'm Dave Lashur, or Crusher, whoever they call this guy. So he says, you were up on top of Henry Hill? I said, yep. He's like, well, that's my property. He goes, and I don't want anybody up there because I have stuff up there. I got a bunch of junk up there, and do you think I need any of that shit?
No,
So
No.
listen, I'm not gonna, and I'm like, I'm not, you came barking at me and I'm not gonna deal with that, so. Now I have the other side of the flip coin now, and now he's gonna try to be using my property. And if he owned the land next to it, I can't stop him, it's all his, and away you go. But because you don't own anything abutting me, where that goes,
If you get surveys, or this is anybody, they get surveys,
I will get a
And
survey,
then
but yeah.
give it to
I mean,
us.
today's the first day.
Yeah, record it here, we turn it over to the mapper, she fills out and changes the line because she has to go by the surveys.
Right. So doesn't everybody else.
Mhm.
So she's gotta go by the surveys, and so until he shows the mapper, there's no question.
Right.
I don't have to do anything. Right? I'm not the one in dispute
Right.
here,
Right.
right? So I'm gonna stand by, I'm gonna go by the drawings that I have, the markers that I have, I'm gonna mark the property, I'm gonna start cutting trees, I'm gonna tear the building down that's down there, I'm gonna ask the Stamford Fire Department if they wanna have some fun first, and if they don't, that's fine, I'll just put it in a dumpster. But I'm gonna tear the buildings down, I'm gonna level that ground off, gotta put a new curtain drain in, and it's gonna sit like that for this season. Next year, there'll be something there, but I don't know what it's gonna be yet. So, a barn dominium or a big garage and like make all kind of noise.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but that's it, and so I, like, and I don't want any trouble, but you're not, like, it's funny because the road's got a chain on this side and a chain on this side now. So, and the chain that's on the other side is on nobody's land that he owns. So, that's all.
Alright, Nick.
Yep, well,
Thanks.
All right,
it sounds like you're
I'll handle it.
handling it.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that when he comes down here, Barney, you guys know.
I just wanna let y'all know that I did a green up of myself on Saturday and went around the loop, picked up a ton of trash. I had already previously done that up there at the high tension lines, we picked up a bunch of stuff, more trash, and I just went back out there and there's more trash. So, if anybody has any idea of what's going on, I would like to be informed.
Is this what, I'm sorry,
County Road.
County Road, the
Line
loop
two,
that way?
Yep.
And you guys did it with your ATV
Yep.
group, yep, snowmobile group or,
Small group.
yeah,
Me,
okay.
myself, and I, one night.
Yeah.
So, just letting you know that I did that, I've just seen a lot of, it's not side-by-siders. I can definitely tell you that, because we're not carrying gas cans, and big pallets, and bed frames, or anything like that, or sheet rock, I mean, we're not carrying any of that.
You do pretty good on your road with the cameras.
Yeah, they go up County Road now.
Now they've got a different road.
Yeah,
If I buy a piece of land up on County Road, we can stop that too.
You can put signs up, cameras in
We
use,
got our own
and
methods.
You just
So-
do that, right? If
Right.
you just do that, that'll solve the problem.
I also did cut a tree out of Risky Ranch, remove that, so.
You took the wood too?
No, it wasn't enough wood to take, but it was a good sized tree. But I did clear it out, I mean, obviously, the trees want to be done on Risky Ranch, but I just want to let you know that we are out there.
working on the,
Yep.
okay,
Thanks.
working on trails,
Working.
working on cleanup.
You weren't here last
A lot of questions.
Marta,
That's right.
Marta,
So, in anticipation of the new town plan, there will be a survey coming to people in their mailbox. Also, it can be completed online if you prefer. If you don't want to spend money on a stamp, you can drop it off in the box. Also, on May 30th, at 12 noon, named of son, Kurt Gamari will be leading a historic walking tour for about an hour and a half. And then at 1:30, there's going to be, this is again to facilitate, what people want in our town plan, a community visioning session. Basically, I think we'll be hanging out, talking ideas, and having some snacks. So the rain date, so the date is May 30th, 12 noon here is where it starts and finishes, and then we have the visioning. And if it rains, it will be the following Saturday, June 6th. So plan your trash and recycling so that you're done.
Oh.
And then just come right on down here. Save on gas, have a good time. learn some history.
Where, are you walking just the village district or what?
They're kind of narrowing it down and they're gonna have a bit of things to say as well, but I'm gonna be there. I don't know, we haven't
Guide.
really discussed, kind of a guide and just to point things out historically from different perspectives, but they're gonna lead the whole thing. I'll be there. Moral support and guidance as far as history goes.
So probably we're,
Basically, we're gonna walk probably, from the Methodist church here
okay,
down to Belmont.
okay.
Yeah, that's, last I knew, that's where they were settling on.
Is
And we may
that,
go up Sevens Lane.
is that where the village district starts
Yes.
right now at
Yeah, it
Mill
goes
Road?
from the Methodist church down to Belmont's. On the east side of the road. It stops at, Jepson Road on the, western side of the road.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm, that's- Okay,
And it goes about, not even one property deep in some spots. Like the Blood Farm, it goes maybe halfway through.
We've talked about this before. Is that something that can be expanded down the road?
Potentially, they were reluctant to expand it even to Belmont's in the past.
Yeah.
But, you can discuss anything you want. You can always bring it up. There's also, there's gonna be chatter about a developmental zone coming, I'm sure, once we straighten out all the tiers and everything that's going on with Act 181 right now.
Mhm.
So that,
Did you
The-
see
the-
that was,
based on what the
it
town-
did get repealed today? Did you see
I didn't
The
see
whole
it.
thing?
Yeah.
Or?
that? The rule in tier 3.
Oh,
Tier 3 and
So the rest of
That's
it,
something
everyone
that-
seems to be all right with. But, that's all, they're gonna look for spaces that they can expand in Vermont, more or less centrally located. That's gonna expand out all over the mountain range because their goal is to keep the scenic beauty, preserve natural resources. But they may bring up a discussion where you can expand out from the village center, however far it is, like a half-mile circumference or something like that. And focus on developing that area.
anything else, Marta? That's it? Dave?
That's it.
I just want to respond to what Kurt's saying. The village center was designated 20 years ago, that's how we got the grants for the sidewalk and the school parking lot and all the other things.
It's not
Under
true, it's not
181,
true, Dave. Dave, it's not true. We went through a whole process of designated village center district about maybe 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Yeah.
That's it. It's not true. If it was never mapped to be the case.
Okay, we still got the grant, and
Right.
the village thing, we had to do a lot of work.
Yep.
You probably weren't informed. But at the same time, under 181, we don't have city water or sewer. Right? To expand the village center when you don't have city and water and sewer or housing is a waste of time. It's a waste of time looking at this. It's not what Stamford wants, and I'm sure we'll find out after we
Right,
get
after the survey and the plan
get
and
the surveys
meet,
done,
yep.
we've been down this road 5 times. And
Yep.
the bottom line is, I just would hate to see the committee put a lot of effort into something that's not gonna go anywhere.
That's what they have to do for the plan, they've gotta
Yeah.
jump
Well, town
through
plan's
these,
more than
do
just
these
that.
steps and,
Just saying it's just gonna be part of the process. It's
Yeah.
something that's
Yeah,
gonna
the
come
town
across
has
the
to
follow.
have
The
more
town doesn't
focus.
have to do anything if they don't want to.
Yeah.
There's so many other things. we should
Yeah.
focus
Yep.
on.
It's always gonna come down to a town vote.
okay, anybody else for visitors? Okay, reading and approval of records and orders, the special meeting minutes of March 30th. I don't think you were here that time, were you?
Me?
Oh, John and
I was here.
Jed were not present, so can I make a motion to
I'll make-
accept them?
Yeah, motion.
Can I have a
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Regular minutes of April 16th.
I missed one of these, and I'm not sure if I signed my name on one of them.
April 16th, you weren't here.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Was that
Aye.
it?
No, you weren't.
Was it John and Kurt?
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay, and the special meeting of April 23rd. Kurt was
I
not
was
here.
Motion, I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Highway update, approve and sign annual financial plan. This is the one Dave and you and I sat in on with the Bennington.
Yep, the numbers are on the back, but you have to sign
basically what it is, they wanna make sure we have enough money to run the highway department and get grants.
We tax people, we balance our budget every year, what do you mean? We're not the state, we can't go that way, federal government.
So can I have a motion to sign?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
They break it out into summer budget and winter budget. And this, a percentage of this is for FEMA too, for grants, and I don't know how they figure it out, but they have to. And then the class roads, we get so much money for too. Not the class 1, but class 2 and class 3.
What's the front page say? Something about $300.
Funds raised by taxes are equivalent or greater to, or greater than a sum of at least $300 per mile. So we have to spend at least $300 per mile. That's how I'm reading it, and I think we do.
Average.
Do we all have to sign it? Okay. Dave was unable to be here tonight, so what else did he give us?
We were awarded the Better Backroads grant to work on that culvert replacement on Sportsman and Tuesday Drive. So they get that started this summer.
They are giving us $16,000.
What's the match on that? Is there one?
Yeah, there is a,
5%.
I'm not sure what matches that, I suppose. 20%. On receipt and review, town will be reimbursed for 80% of the project cost. Match. And that includes the use of our equipment, which we can charge at FEMA rate. So that's pretty good.
And he's working on tearing down the state shed? Is that part of the old state shed? Is that what they're doing up there?
It's all done, right?
It's all down. Today they took the salt shed
So
down.
caved in.
Yes, what he was
On
talking
our
about
equipment,
on the
so-
track area.
Yep, so they took that off like last week, and today they took down the salt shed. But we should get paid for that too from
State.
the state.
Yeah.
That's what Dave has
Yeah.
talked about. Anything else on highway, Lori? Okay, recycling. I attended an alliance meeting yesterday afternoon. It was online. It's no longer than a half an hour. These meetings go quick.
Promoting it.
I'm promoting it. We need somebody next year. Somebody's got to go online at 4 o'clock and you'll be off at 4:30. But in order to hold a meeting, they need a quorum, so we need to sign up. And if you're home, you can eat supper. And they can't see what you're doing.
How often?
That's right.
You hear that?
You probably hear that
How often do they have?
Soda.
quarterly.
Oh,
Yeah.
just 4 times a year?
So, our proposed budget is BCRC runs this for us. The Alliance is, it's 2% more than last year. And our budget last year, we budgeted 5,600, and this year will be 6,800. We spent more than our budget, but we didn't get reimbursed last year for some payments that are coming back from the state, like paint, pesticides. They have to send in their paperwork to get reimbursed for all that stuff. The Alliance has hired an outreach manager. And he tries to go to every school and every business in the Alliance area, the 13 towns, to help with recycling. And like the Garlic Fest in Bennington, he works with them to make sure they're recycling as much as they can. And the fellow they hired is John Pitroff from Adams. I guess he's got a business already. Do some kind of composting or recycling business, do you know?
Second chance
Yeah, it's the
composting
guy
or
at
something like
the
that.
postal mill.
I don't know. And the household hazardous waste facility will be opening on May 18th. And we are gonna be open 18 hours a week. The minimum for the state is 18 hours a week, but we're gonna try 19 and see how that works. And one thing we talked about, or somebody brought to the Alliance chairman, was a one drum system for battery collection. They're looking into that so you don't have to tape the ends of your batteries. So when the outreach coordinator is hired, he'll be looking into that. And it might be easier for the people working at recycling too.
Yeah.
So in case anyone else wants to become an Alliance representative, the next meeting is September 9th, online. Just putting it out there, guys, giving you a heads up. Okay. Anything else on recycling? No. How did Green Up Day go then? Did anybody participate other than
Jan
Laura?
said it went like similarly to last. Yeah, she said it went well.
Oh, good.
Without a hitch. I mean, I'll
Good.
be back next year. I just couldn't do it this year because I had Memorial.
They didn't turn on the state roads up there. I know it's not part of the green up, but from here to Wilmington, the sides of the roads are spotless.
Yeah, they cleaned up like last week.
Yeah.
I saw the men cleaning up.
Those beer cans in front of my house.
They just got there.
Those are decorations.
I saw a lot of cops on Mill.
Yeah, that's decorations,
Yes.
yeah.
Deprivation.
If they're 5 cents, why aren't kids picking them up? Yes,
I did.
Deb.
You'll never see it at all throw its can out. Never.
I didn't see it, I was telling you, they were there. Just reached out because I felt that this compressed time of just a few hours on Saturday kind of alienated a lot of people, and so I reached out to the person who heads Green Up Day Vermont, and she said a lot of communities have it like the week before, and they hand out bags prior to, and they have the collection day on
So all week
Saturday.
long, so,
So
yeah.
you can do it at your leisure, the kids
Yeah.
come home from school, you can walk then.
That's a great idea.
It is.
I think,
I
That's a great
would
idea.
like for next year, maybe to do that.
Do you think people could just bring the bags right to the recycling center?
And have it somehow tallied, yeah.
Just different color bags.
the Green Up bags are here at the office.
Yep.
They give them to you probably, what, a
Day
month
before.
before, at least.
She said that's why they do that, they give them to you
Yep.
prior to, so you can have more of a control over what streets are gonna be taken care of, assign them to people. They
Well, I
can do them
think-
at their leisure, because Mill Road basically didn't get done. I did from Tatro up, but the lower part, as I'm driving back, was really bad.
I think too, this year it was very short notice.
Yes.
But if we get somebody that wants to do this like a month or two ahead, they can plan and,
Could send a notice in a bag home with every kid.
That's an
Exactly.
idea,
Well,
yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
We did send the notices home last year. They
This
sent
year
the
they
notice, they sent it this year.
Send them back.
Give them a bag.
And give
Give
them
them a
a
bag.
And also, last year, the littlest kids did, just around the school, on a school day, but also on a Saturday morning, it's true, kids have activities and sports and, whatever, so I love this idea.
Okay.
So whoever is next
I'll
year,
work with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
to make a note of this, Marta and Deb,
We'll do it.
next year.
Sure.
Write that down, Lori.
I got it.
Okay,
Lest we forget.
I
all right.
We'll be here before we know it.
Yeah. Discussion, review results of special meeting with library trustees and school board. We had the meeting here Tuesday night, sat around the big table. There was a few visitors, but it was very calm discussion. I think we came away with what we're gonna do is try to keep the lines of communication open and talk to people, not just say, we're doing this. Come to the school board, come to the selectmen, come to the library and say, we would like to work with you and see if we could have this space. At this time, that's what we're doing. It could be down the road, if some things don't work out, we could go to the lawyers and have a contract, but not right now. Let's just be adults and talk about it.
What was the outcome of this year's takeover for testing? Did that get resolved at all, or is it
No.
still being in conversation?
That's what prompted this meeting.
Right.
And we talked to the school board and we hope if this doesn't happen again, they had 3 weeks notice. They could have talked to the library and tried to work some out. That's what the trustee said here, that they would have been willing to work something out. The library didn't have to be closed all day.
Right.
They were testing mostly in the mornings from what I understood.
I believe they said they didn't even use the library.
I know one day they did not.
Oh, wow.
At least one day. Maybe- It might have been the
Yeah.
first day too.
I don't know.
Well, like I said, I wasn't gonna talk about it anymore.
Watch the tape.
Watch the tape.
Watch the tape.
So,
I would advise as many people to attend the school board meetings more often. We tend to get a lot of visitors here. I mean, it's great when we have our meetings, school board meetings, unless there's something going on, nobody shows up. And it's a very important part of our town, I can tell you that much. It's our #1 budget, we know that. And I would advise everybody to pay attention to what's going on at all times. That's all I can say.
I wish they would do their executive sessions at the end, because a lot of times, I've gone, and you sit there and say the pledge or whatever, and they go into executive session, and it's just like, okay, don't waste my time. I mean, do it
Well, that's
at the
on
end.
purpose.
Yeah,
could be.
That's on purpose. So
That's
you
not
go,
cool.
so you go,
that's not cool.
I'll see you later. I'm not gonna do this. If we had one right now and said, I'm going in an executive session, half you guys be going, all right, it's been 20 minutes, where the heck are they?
Yeah,
I'm going home,
It
you know?
is.
Yep.
that's, that's
Yep.
not cool. Call it not cool.
Yeah.
So anything else on that special meeting? No other comments? Policy for appointments. I drafted, with Lori's help, I drafted up a policy for appointments. If we want to implement this, if we don't, that's fine. It's just something to go by, and
Is it
It's up
within
to
our
you.
box?
yeah, it looks like this.
Okay, yeah, so,
So, I don't know if you all had a chance to read it over, what you want to say about it, or do nothing.
Well, one of the things that we tended not to do in the past is interview people. You know, we didn't have a lot of
Bodies.
problem. Yeah, now all of a sudden, I mentioned this before, it's great that we have people signing up and joining and letting new blood coming in, and, elections where we have signs out there. It is a very nice thing to see that people are getting more involved. But what we have to keep in mind as a select board at least is, we gotta make sure we're doing what's right for the town at all times. Now, I can't talk very good tonight, and I couldn't at the school board meeting, but I seem to do a lot of talking. But, one of the things I said at that school board meeting was, it's all about our town. It's not about other people outside this town, supervisory unions and other school districts and so on. town plan, you know, Dave said, well, it might not be feasible for some things in this town. That's right, it might not be, so it's all about what fits this town, not what the state tries to shove down our throats. In the great words of my good friend Dan Poppin, push back sometimes against that, you know, push back. You know, we have to start looking at our town. Dave Tatro said this a long time ago too, we all gotta live together. And I've hoped that, you know, this board, at least I see we've been doing that over and over again. Look at, it's not a popularity contest. Let's make sure that we get the best people to do these jobs and do what we can. That's my.
We don't even have to say this is a policy, we can just say
You're the
guide.
smartest man in the room.
Thanks.
We could call it guide for appointments, doesn't have to be policy.
Sorry I upset you so much there, Dave.
You don't send me credit.
Okay, so we're talking about the draft here, do you look it over, keep it, do whatever,
I like
I
it.
like it.
whatever you think. Change the name, guide, that way it doesn't, it's just a guide,
Guide for planning.
yeah. Anything need to be changed in there, we good with it? Okay,
Sure.
so do you want to accept this? Implement it? Try to follow it?
Sure.
The main thing is the appointed position in March, because we're all over the board with that. Do we send a letter appointing them and they get back to us and say, no, I don't want it? Or do we send them a letter and say, you are appointed or you're not appointed? And
I'm gonna go back to why should it be our responsibility to tell people who have seats that their seats are up and they need to be, they need to renew their seat. It shouldn't be our job to tell people that they need to renew things,
okay,
in my opinion.
so is this gonna follow along? What do we do here?
Yeah.
Vacancies, appointed position. So for appointed position, a month before March election, we're gonna say that the position for,
Wherever it might be.
yeah, whatever it might be. I don't know. Can't even think of it now. Planning commission,
Yep.
Requirements.
Make it known via the minutes, the town
Let it-
website, posting in 3 different places in town.
let people know that these vacancies, if they wanna stay in this, position, send a letter of interest to the first select board meeting in March.
So if there's,
So you're saying when you're a 3-year planning board member,
Yep.
when your time's up, you're no different than the other guy that wants to get.
Yeah,
Right.
you
You're
just
the
gotta
same thing,
show
you're a
your-
candidate, you send a letter, the new guy sends a letter.
Right.
You don't say, well, Jim, your time's up, you wanna run, you wait, let him do it, let the new guy do it.
It just helps with
I see,
consistency
yeah.
because it seems like
Yeah,
in the last
okay.
bunch of years, we've tried like
Different ways. and-
different ways every single time. We should get consistent, even if we're like even if positions where we do have interviews, we should be consistent with all the questions to each individual.
Yeah.
We shouldn't vary in questions just because
Yeah.
someone difference in their own. It should all be, they should.
Well, I've seen some members say, what I hear from them is, I don't wanna do it, but if nobody else wants it, I'll stay in it.
Sure.
You know?
You said that.
Yeah.
so if your time's up and you don't send in your letter, is your position considered vacant?
Yeah,
Your position is vacant, but not gone.
it's vacant every time a position
The
is up.
term is not gone. I mean,
No, if your term's up and you
Yeah.
did not reinstate your letter of interest, is that position considered vacant?
Yes, I think
it
it
is.
is.
And then
Alright.
followed by, we're not gonna chase you to see if
Right.
you wanna do it.
It has to be.
Alright.
right.
Deb?
Yeah, because I think we've had problems in the past with maybe emails not getting to all of you. So there possibly should be a procedure on how somebody should submit their letter of interest, rather than
Interesting.
just an email. Lori gets 1,000.
Submit
And
it.
who knows if it goes into junk, you know, there possibly,
The best way would be to hand it right through the window. to
Yep.
Lori.
and have it stamped.
Here you go.
Well, submit a letter of
And
interest.
if it is an email, it needs to be acknowledged, yeah.
Yeah.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, someone
How do you wanna say that in here? We'll submit a letter of interest within 2 weeks, or
Just follow the election laws. You guys want to get, run for an office, you have to put papers in.
No, this is an appointment.
I understand that, but it would be easier that way,
By the day
it'd be more
before,
efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure that it's here.
like the day before your meeting.
Yeah, but like Deb's saying, what if it's emailed and you don't know if anybody
Yeah.
got it? You should have, if you don't get acknowledged in
Right,
48
right.
hours.
Yeah.
you know,
I check my emails at 2 o'clock and haven't checked them since, so if somebody's written me something at 4.
Yeah,
And they wanna be appointed tonight, that you're not gonna see it.
So it's best to hand it in person.
yeah, so we should have someone say, make sure you're acknowledged.
Hand delivered, hand delivered. It's gonna be hard to do, but
Well, if you
Make sure
can't
it's
hand
not-
deliver
no.
a letter, then you can't show up for the meetings
Right.
either.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Right, it's like a test.
Hand delivered letter,
Bring me the
Or a
head of the
phone
dragon.
Or a
You
phone
shall be
call.
appointed.
No,
I think
no
we should
phone.
we should just in writing.
Yeah, there you go.
In writing, not email. Oh, I like that.
She'll,
In writing.
I didn't send a letter in the beginning because I was told by Lori that she was asked to ask the people if she's, if they wanted to come back on. And then she put it on paper. I know as of that meeting, she did state my name. I was told that, by the people. She did state my name that I wanted to stay on all my boards that I was on.
Yep, we knew that.
yeah, and what happened in the past is not this why we're doing this.
Well, that's
This
why I
is a
didn't
new-
get any letter. That's why I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
And then
Yeah.
at the end, I got the letter of saying that you're no longer on and all this.
Because we eliminated that.
Oh, I thought you
Position.
were talking about, yeah, I thought you were talking
You
about
guys
this new position.
eliminated it, or did they?
We
The
eliminated that
Select
position.
board did.
Recommendation of the planning.
In writing.
No, it wasn't.
No,
It was through,
Yeah.
It was a recommendation from the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, he just said no, so I want to clarify.
That was.
in writing.
Yeah.
In
I
writing,
thought you were talking
not
about this
email.
new this
In writing.
newest, position that's open now.
I
You
just
sent
think
the
if
letter
you're
in
gonna
for that.
change your acts on not, giving letters.
Well, you sent the letter in for this new time,
Yeah,
the newest one.
afterwards I gave the letter.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So can we change it to that and,
You wanna look at it one more time next meeting, or you wanna?
It looks good to me.
other than that, yeah.
okay, have Lori change it and
Yeah. This
this
is
is the guide.
a growing thing, if we have to
Right.
change it again, we can.
Yeah.
It's a policy,
It's a living document.
living document,
Yes.
kind of like the Constitution.
Yes. It's alive and well.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awful.
Accepted with changes. All right, resignation from Justice of the Peace. I am relocating as of May 1st, 2026, and I am resigning as Justice of the Peace effective May 1st. Thank you for your consideration, Mary Lou Wright. Okay. Can I have a motion to accept her resignation with regret? She has moved to North Adams.
Motion.
Second.
All right. And so now we have a vacant position.
Put it right to the test.
Put it to the test, Kurt. All right, here we go.
I'd like to nominate myself for.
This was an elected position. So,
Make a motion and then. Careful what you ask for.
the Justice of the Peace position is open, so any interested candidates will submit a letter of interest within 2 weeks of tonight's meeting in writing to the select board. So we have one already that came in by, oh, it was written. Okay. Connie York has expressed an interest.
There's gotta be a leak in the system. How did she know before?
So we will keep this until next meeting. if there's any other candidates. And as far as justice of the peace, this goes to the state and they will appoint until the election in November. And the term starts January 2027. So letters need to be here.
And it seems as though the select board can recommend one person, or the select board could send in all of the letters of interest and let the state pick.
Kick the bucket, down the road, is that, can down the road?
I don't know how they do it.
Kick the can down the road, kick the bucket means I'm going.
Look at your buckets.
Well, you sounded tonight, Mike, sorry.
We used to kick it down the road to find your cans.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing, kicking the cans down the road. I
Library,
don't drink Pabst, I drink Coors Light.
Did you change?
I had to.
Library Board of Trustees vacancy. That position has been vacant since the election. And we have one interested candidate, but like our policy, we should advertise and say, as of tonight.
Did we not
Or did-
advertise it?
Did we do it last week?
We did it last week,
I
Okay,
think it's
or our
been
last
2
meeting.
weeks.
This has already been advertised.
Yes.
I
that's
think
been
we discussed
advertised.
it last time, the advertisement says as long as it's in the minutes, basically.
Library Board of Trustees, yes.
And we only have one candidate, so we don't have to do it.
So you wanna, one position, one candidate.
Yeah, I'd say we do it.
I think we should
That's
do this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Make a
It was in
motion-
the minutes, so
Motion to appoint, Victoria,
Jeffries.
yes. Victoria Jeffries.
Just to fill that term.
until the next election, until the March election.
Alright,
Appointed.
So Kurt made the motion, did we second it, or am I getting ahead of myself?
Second.
Appointed until next election. Okay. Okay. Planning Commission vacancy. We have two letters of interest.
more? These are more?
It's all for planning.
It's the same two, right? Or is it
You have a
more?
third?
Oh, great.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Could you stamp it? Laura, you want
Man,
to
man.
stamp it in?
Essentially, we have
Oh,
more.
thank
than
you.
Stamp it in?
Essentially, we have four now.
Oh,
Four?
okay.
Who's, do
Well,
we just go over who
what
they
is
are?
this here?
Weren't you on before?
Yes. She has
Aaron
been.
Malichuk.
I thought,
I don't know why this is this here talking.
Oh, yeah. That's Pam Ford and Jennifer. Weren't you on
Jennifer.
before?
So we
I
got
only have
three?
four.
Who's the fourth?
I think Aaron backed out.
Jennifer, Aaron.
I think he backed out.
Okay, well, he didn't send a letter saying he did, so I was just,
Board of
Okay.
Supervisors.
well, if he could, let
See if
us
he
know that.
sent a
that'd be
letter?
good,
Planning Commission
Who's that?
Yeah. Aaron,
of
He
interest and-
called me personally too.
he said he said throw this away. Okay.
He said the round barrel.
You in or out? I think you should out.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Contact him though, and make sure.
Yeah, I have not heard from him that he hasn't wanted to do it.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
would like
know
to
that.
make sure
Yeah.
from him. I'm not saying, I believe you,
No,
but I just want to
Sheila.
make sure.
Trust but verify.
Pam. Jennifer.
That's the phrase that pays.
How many, positions we have, just one?
One.
One spot.
So, according to our policy, do
We
we,
gotta schedule interviews.
I
we
would,
do an interview then?
I would.
Can we do it after tonight's meeting, right in
Especially-
executive session, if they are willing to wait?
Well, the
But
third
Aaron's not-
candidate's not here.
Aaron's not here, but that's, we could do.
And we should formulate questions so we have them all the same. We can't be
Alright.
asking different questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a good habit.
Well, we could do that in executive session if you want.
Yeah.
Just come up with a handful of questions and say, this is what we're looking for.
Okay. Questions.
And we can pick a date or whatever, and notify people.
We could do it before not the next select board meeting, go into executive session before the meeting. Interview candidates.
Well, that wouldn't be.
It would
Not for that situation, right?
All right, so, we've got 4 interested parties. And we will, interview next select board meeting.
Matter of fact, why can't we do this? Why can't we have the meeting early? If everybody on the board doesn't have a problem with that, have it 5:30. Go right into an executive session.
I have no problem.
And
with
then
that.
to 6 o'clock, we should be pretty close to getting done that way. We wouldn't be here till 10 o'clock. You know?
Sounds good to me.
What do
You
you think?
okay with it,
Sounds
John?
good.
Yeah.
Mike, can I ask what executive session?
What's that?
Why are you having an executive session? Is it in regards to the planning commission?
Yes.
I'd like to comment on that.
Yep.
If you don't mind. According to the planning commission meeting, they had recommended Pam Ford unless something's changed. Is that true? Is that still
Yes,
true?
we have the letter.
We have another
Yeah.
candidate at this point.
No, I understand.
Yep.
Let me finish what I have to say.
Oh.
They went into,
Who asked the question?
not good.
You did ask a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You said, well, let me finish. You asked the question, I answered it.
Throwing me off. It says here the plan entered the session at 6:05 and exited it 6:10, and then the next statement was unanimously recommended Pam. So I have to assume they didn't say what the executive session was for.
I don't know, I wasn't there.
I'm just telling you.
That's the
But
planning
no,
commission, right?
But
Yeah.
I have to assume by the way it's written is that they were discussing who they were gonna nominate. And I just, when I was, let them know and you know, as far as appointments, that's open meeting. You go in and start discussing people in an executive session, other than personnel or sickness, employment,
Interviews.
you have to have an open meeting to allow the public to get in.
Right.
So, you can't go in executive session and pick a candidate.
Well-
Like they,
They could recommend,
not an
But-
executive session.
no, they can recommend anybody.
Yeah.
But, by law, the only recommendation that they should give is for the AO.
Well, I'm just reading.
Yeah,
their-
yeah.
their-
I hear what you're saying,
Yep,
and I
okay.
agree.
And that goes
Okay.
for you guys too. When you go to a point, you have to allow the public.
Yeah.
Now, on personnel, that's different.
Yeah.
Insurance, blah, blah, blah. And so I have a letter I'm gonna get Lori here. I want to, I'm gonna address this to the planning commission. I wanna know how they're gonna rectify the situation in the future of not doing this.
Mhm.
Okay? And it's a copy to you.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be a hard guy about it, but when you start closing meetings like that,
Nope.
and having this type of stuff go on, it's not fair. It's not fair to anyone. Maybe I want to recruit for that job. Maybe I'm the most qualified guy. They don't know anything about me, for my background, nothing.
Right.
Other than maybe I was in jail one time, and should put me in or something, but other than that, there's really nothing.
Did you?
Sheila?
What we got out?
I like to just
My
take
cousin
a
worked
moment,
Sheila? Yeah.
I just like to take a moment with the planning board.
I'm
know I've
sorry.
been on there-
Wait a minute, Sheila.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead again.
Where's your hearing aid?
No, I can't hear all the time. My head's clogged up. Give me a
I
break.
feel bad.
I'm screaming right
Okay.
now.
Mike, were you on that?
I wanna know
No.
what I had done, other than I don't follow all their rules, that they like everyone to go down the line. Yes, or no. I ask questions. I don't think they like that, and I think they don't want me there because they can't get everything that they want unless they have the right people. And in my book, that's not fair.
When
I
we
mean,
have
I
our,
put on a lot of time on these boards
Mhm.
and when I say no, it's just because that does not seem right.
when we have our interview with you, you'll be able to give us
You know,
your,
you gotta speak up.
Oh. He can't talk.
when we have our interview with you, you'll be able to give us your reasons why you you should be picked for the planning board.
I just think it's a bunch of baloney.
You don't have
Just
to
keep
now,
going,
I would
going,
do it
going.
for the,
You're just following their suit where they can get where they want, who wants.
I would just
You
wait
know.
until the interview and you'll be able to tell us everything about it. That's what
Want
I
it
would.
now?
No.
No.
for the
Okay.
interview. Next week, next selectmen's meeting,
All I can tell you
5:30.
is since 1990 something.
I'd like to put
I've
Sheila
been on
on
board.
first.
So then I'm just gonna ask the question because of Dave's, not being able to go into executive session to talk about these things. Is it the same thing for us?
No, we're gonna do interviews.
Right.
Once
So-
we come out, then we can make nominations and we can vote.
Mhm.
We
I
don't
don't
have to
even
make
think
a
you're supposed to
decision
do
in
the
the
interview.
executive.
An executive session like that, you should probably check on that.
I think we can.
I think
All right.
We can,
I'm not gonna argue with you, I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure we can treat a board member as just like an employee.
The law is very,
Because
the
they're-
law is very specific.
Yeah, and they're appointed by us, so we
Oh, I
can.
understand, but I'm
Just
just
like
saying,
if we have a.
during that process, it's
Some
not,
of us, yeah, we can do.
it's supposed to be an open meeting.
Well, we make decisions, yeah.
No. Yes.
Okay,
We can't make the decision in the executive session. We have to vote on it.
I don't think it's a good idea to have interviews in a public forum. I don't know what the law says, but that's just my opinion.
You can't,
I think it says that.
because you would have personal
Yeah, it's not good.
information.
I
You
think
don't want,
it's,
you know, you could ask someone, not that we would, but you could ask someone,
Right.
do you do drugs?
Yeah,
Right, that could be one of our
question.
criteria.
Thinking about it.
And yes, I don't know what Dave just gave me later.
Is it working?
No.
It's not working?
It's making it worse.
Need some water?
Can I make a comment on this process?
Why not?
Sure.
I would just like to advocate for the idea that if people are offering their help and time, that we should find a way to use them and not like exclude anybody that wants to serve. And I don't know how we do that necessarily, and maybe it doesn't necessarily mean everybody's on the same commission or whatever, but I would assume that there are places that people can come.
So I would-
So there should be a feeling of inclusivity regardless of like, I just,
They did that, 10 years ago, Mike brought the board up to 9 people, the select board at the time, they brought it.
That wasn't me.
I remember it was very hard to get
It's
on board. That was-
back and forth, back
And now
and
you want
forth.
it back down to 5 again.
I would encourage everybody that wants to be involved to come to all the meetings,
Right.
whether you're on the
It has
board
to
or
be a
not.
sincerity
Come
about
to
it.
Sometimes you're more effective if you're just in the crowd. So that's following the rules.
Just, you guys,
Yeah.
Okay.
you just see what
Better
I'm
to
talking
be
about,
advised,
the
yeah.
violation.
Okay,
Particularly now, I would encourage as many people to get involved with the planning process.
Well, there's an
Because
opening
now's
for
the time.
justice and peace.
Yeah, come to the visioning, who you.
Are we looking for assessors?
Yeah.
no, we,
Yeah.
Still doing that?
oh, we have an assessor.
Listers.
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 Yeah.
Lister.
So
Any
right
luck?
now, if you don't get on as a planning board member, there's listers and there's justice and peace openings right now. And there might even be, the tree warden might be open too,
Yeah,
I'm not
they
sure.
sure is.
And there'll be select board come March, there'll be a couple positions open there, so. $30 a night.
It's not just a
Sometimes it's
job.
$5 an hour.
Not just a job.
Okay.
I think my codeines were wearing off, so let's go.
Yeah, you gotta stop talking.
Old business, 911 numbering update. So, Bob Briggs gave us a list with about 80 people on it that do not have their 911 numbers displayed properly. Do you know Lori, do you know if we got the signs yet for the town? If Dave got them yet? Should ask him. Because the town was in violation too.
That's a good question.
What's that?
They have to be reflective, correct?
Contrasting, do they have to be reflective?
So, am I on
Contract.
there?
I'll
Because
try
ours are
contract.
reflective and contrasting, so how do you know they're reflective unless they go at night?
But not
For a
everything.
$16 donation to the volunteer fire department, they will make you one that fits the criteria.
Right.
How will we know?
Perfect. Then you can throw it under the seat of your truck and leave it.
I know. Mine is popped up. Mine dropped up inside my house.
Yeah, this meeting's going to hell. Come on, get this order here.
Order in the court.
Okay, so we got the letter from Bob Briggs. Have you guys read it? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that I'd like to correct, or just grammar there. And maybe put a statement, please display your numbers properly. I think that statement should be in there. So if it's okay, I'll tell Bob, send them out, go with it. There's some on here that have, like, Fairpoint has the boxes around town. There's 4 or 5 boxes. What if somebody's working there and gets hurt there? Where's that number? That should be displayed, Fairpoint. Put your number up on your box. Are we gonna pick and choose? Or let them figure out who they're gonna send it to? Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got 80 some people on here. I spoke to one.
Am I on there?
No. Are your numbers up?
Yeah, no, not all of them.
Well,
No, you got a number on yours.
Not on there, I don't.
Oh, no.
well, how come you're
I
not
hit
on
the
the list?
mailbox with my plow truck, took it down,
What's your number down there? 180.
180.
You're not on the list. They must have found it.
Like 3 foot high wooden numbers.
No, I haven't gone to it.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should display them. Okay.
I got the sign. I
All
already
right.
paid for the sign. I just gotta put it up.
I
gotta
will
put a
talk to
mailbox
Bob
on it.
and we'll proceed with this, sending them out. At the last sentence too, we okay with the Stamford Volunteer Fire Department can provide, or you can buy your own. We should put something, give people the option.
Well, yeah, as long as it's following the rules.
Or
It
buy.
needs to be
Are you putting your
Your
rules
size
in the
and
letter?
contrast.
Well, he says, that's what I wanna make sure.
Yeah, you should if
4
you're gonna come
inch.
by your own.
The town requires reflective numbers or a sign with 4-inch contrasting numbers. So that's what that has in the letter. Or buy your own.
Contrasting, so it's not reflective.
The town requires reflective numbers or a sign with a 4-inch contrasting numbers. Bill,
The state.
we're just copying last letter. The state,
Yeah, you ought to put that
I don't know
in.
if he quoted it right, I don't know if that,
yeah,
his wording is correct, but it's stated.
That holds more.
the
Yeah.
state, yes.
Waters, I think.
Yep.
Anyway, there, it's not our fault.
Okay. Blame it on the state. Dave,
Thanks, Nancy. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I had one more question. First of all, how many people are open positions are left in the planning board? And how many people are presently on? Are we talking about one position? for
there's one
7?
position open,
For 7?
4 people, right?
5.
For
Is there,
seven.
or is there
Seven.
7? Oh, there's 7.
There's 7.
Five.
So
Out
Yeah.
of 7, yeah.
here's my question. Is Deb still the 8-0 voting member of the planning commission as a member?
Yes,
Okay, so that's something you guys really ought to think about and Deb ought to think about, simply because you can't legislate and adjudicate. Kurt knows this better than anybody. He says it a million times. She really shouldn't hold both positions. She just shouldn't. If she wants to be AO, be AO.
okay.
That's why she had to step down. And if you look at the thing, it's perfectly okay according to the state, but they don't
Correct.
recommend it. It's one of
Right.
those deals.
Right. Yep.
So we got enough trouble in this town. We really do.
Yep.
Open up another seat for somebody. Save yourself a lot of trouble. Trust me. And I mean it's from the bottom of my heart. Save
Okay.
yourself a lot of trouble.
I'm fine with that. Whatever you guys decide, I'm fine with that. We've had this discussion before, and you guys asked me just to stay, but if you change your mind, I'm okay.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind.
That's up to you, Deb.
No, it's,
I don't
it's,
have a problem with it, Dave, but if the board does, then I will
Okay.
go with your decision.
okay. Yeah, yes,
How
Diane.
many positions were actually were up with the 3-year term? Since there were 9 members.
One, I believe,
One.
and then there were some resignations.
Stephanie and Peter.
So that made up the full, everyone else have other years.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike, that's
Okay.
all I had.
New business. Lori sent us a 32-page document from Green Mountain Power.
You printed that out?
Yeah, because I do better reading it than online.
Me too.
They're,
They're gonna do it well, no matter what.
I know, and it's the process that they have to do, notify the area planning commissions and select board.
Maybe they'll get them stakes off my lawn, they've been there for 2 years.
Mine's gonna disappear by the lawnmower.
So everywhere there's stakes, that's where there's gonna be a pole, is that what I'm
I
guessing?
think, or
I hope not,
they're gonna put
guys.
like reinforcement on some of them.
So what is it, like
They
every
were saying something about
150
putting
feet?
steel, like reinforcements in and stuff like that.
I don't know what the stake is on mine.
They're getting ready for all those windmills they're gonna put
I
in.
wish they would
Well-
take mine and go up my driveway instead of through pine trees, they're all falling down.
Well, back on track, this is for the ones up in Searsburg. They're gonna remove 11
Yeah.
and put up 3 large,
Oh, windmills.
bigger ones that are currently the second batch, the new batch up there.
They're supposed to be like 110 feet or something like that, or maybe 70 feet, the new poles.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why all the new like bucket trucks,
Yeah,
they have that
they're
extra,
going up.
yeah, 'cause
So
they're
this
raising
is,
them up higher.
this is just notifying us if, and I think there's a 45-day notice of petition to be filed with Vermont Public Utilities.
Are you going to do?
Do
It's
we
not-
object to
it's
it?
nothing that, nothing.
Do we,
Did they do a visibility study? Does it affect anyone?
just when you're going up the mountain, it didn't
Not
show
from
it.
here.
Not from here, not from anyone in town.
I don't understand why they don't put them underground anyway. Think of all the trees and everything that takes out the lines during the winter time. I understand it's more money, but
Okay.
Well, I thought your father said when they put them underground, it was cheaper to go.
maintenance wise, you don't have to
Yeah.
maintain it over those
He
years.
was gonna do his.
Okay. Moving on, here's Green Mountain Power, we're done with that. BCA training, June 17th, online webinar, 6 to 7:30, that's for selectmen, justice of the peace,
What is it for?
BCA training,
What time?
6 to 7:30, it's an online webinar, it's probably free. It's just good for a refresher.
I got a question under new business, I guess.
Yep.
You see this act, we were talking about the Act 181.
Yep,
And a lot of towns have sent letters.
Yep.
I'm not like up really, I know what Act 181, the gist of it is, but I didn't dig deep into it. What do you think we should do anything at all? Don't worry about it.
The contentious part is gone.
It's already gone, okay?
Yeah, they just, there's a listening
So-
session in June in Bennington.
There's
Okay.
a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's one of what.
So it's one of those
ones they
cases
canceled.
where I think a lot of people didn't really read the fine print and then they were surprised.
yeah, that's what I was
Kind
thinking
of idea.
too.
So it's pretty much a done deal now.
Everything but the road is gone right now. I'm sure they're gonna come back to it at some point.
So
Or
this,
some
is
kind
this
of
replacing
compromise.
250 or is it?
No.
It's making it easier
Okay.
or more difficult depending on how you look at it.
Everything's still above 2,500 feet, still gonna be Act 250.
Okay.
The listening sessions might be canceled, right?
They might, yeah, that's what I was wondering if they're gonna cancel the listening session.
Even though they've stopped making maps and stuff.
Has this been given to the planning commission? This is
Well,
from,
he just gave it to me tonight.
He said earlier that he was gonna submit it to the planning commission. This is our copy.
can you give us copies
I
of
made
it?
a copy and I don't know if you want it, just email it or
Why not?
if you wanna just take it now. You
Use open meeting.
You know,
I was telling you.
I would just suggest that just like we've done in the past, and I told Dave this before, I don't know why he left, we're almost done. But if we make a mistake and someone brings it up to us, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a vicious, like, disciplinary action. If this whole board makes a mistake, that we just didn't, it was a mistake. We didn't personally do something wrong, on purpose. We didn't say,
I didn't
we're
go to
gonna
law
do
school.
this. If we just did something that wasn't by the book, we didn't start our meeting right, or we didn't end it right, or we went in executive session, or we said something, or we came out and didn't say what it was for, and someone brings it up to us, thank you. It's a learning curve
Yeah, no doubt.
forever. You know what I mean? I mean, all these people joining the planning board and stuff, it's gonna be a learning curve for them too.
Sure.
You
Just
know?
try to do the best we can and.
Also, I'd just like to say, in our defense, is that we were responding to the conversation at select meeting last time, where it was like, let's come up with a comprehensive format for bringing new people in. And that one component of that was that the board can look at, the applications that we've got before us and be able to recommend to you guys, which is, and I know that Lisa got in touch with you about doing a last minute executive session, because it seemed inappropriate to be talking about that in the meeting with people there, just not to hurt people's feelings or whatever. So I was unaware if we did some sort of a mistake.
Right.
But it certainly was not done maliciously. We were trying to do it, so that.
For the good.
For the good, and then to be transparent about what we come up with and bring it to you. And now there's more, we didn't have as many candidates as we do now, so,
Right.
I'm perfectly, A, sorry, and B, willing to go by whatever protocol you guys. lay
Sure.
down.
It's a learning
Talking
process.
about volunteered positions too, it's not like you're,
Yeah.
We get our $25 a year, which we then give.
Yeah, you're
Guys,
really,
You guys are in the wrong job. Look at this.
I did every other week.
You can't say about the money.
Quarterly. $138.
And you probably won't see any of that if you give it to us,
Oh,
right?
that's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Okay, anything else under new business? No. Can I have a motion to go into executive session for personnel?
Motion.
Are you sure you can go in?
I didn't see
I
this.
hope
I didn't see this
I don't really.
I'll second
coming. We're
it.
talking about you.
Kurt, motion, I second.
Can I stay?
No, I don't even know what we're doing.